When NBA Commissioner Adam Silver banned Jontay Porter for life for gambling, people said, oh, make an example out of some no-name player. No, not only is Jontay the younger brother of Nuggets star Michael Porter, he was once a top high school player in the country, supposed to come right after MPJ in the NBA and dominate. But something went horribly wrong for Jontay. It led to him getting involved in illegal gambling schemes and kicked out of the league. But the details of how it went down are shocking and sad. So Jontay was born 18 months after Michael to a basketball family. Everyone's obsessed. The brothers played on the same teams growing up, including for Brandon Roy in Seattle. Since Michael was more talented, Jontay learned other skills. MPJ, the #1 recruit in the country. So Jontay learned how to work with a dominant player. He made my job so easy. He can pass, rebound, defend, shoot, stretch the floor. He's a complete player. At 6'11", so Jontay became a 5-star high school prospect, ranked higher than Trae Young, just below Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He joined Michael at Missouri and won 6th Man of the Year. Both guys declared for the draft, but Jontay went back to school to push his draft stock higher. Then that summer, he tore his ACL and MCL at practice. It turns out the Porter family is cursed with injury. Michael had 2 back surgeries before the NBA. Their sisters had medical retirements from basketball. Bree tore her ACL 5 times between high school and college. So 6 months after surgery, Jontay was at the Nuggets practice facility with his brother. His checkup got canceled after a blizzard, but he felt great. So he jumped in to play Michael one-on-one, but felt a pop in his knee and went down. Michael screamed at him, how could you play? It was his 2nd ACL tear in 6 months. So instead of shooting up the NBA draft board, nobody took him. Oh, the Grizzlies signed him, but the pain in his knees was so bad he had to take medication every day. He eventually got cut. So unsigned, he went to a Mizzou game with his brother. A fan asked, hey Jontay, who are you playing for next year? And he responded, I don't play basketball anymore. Michael was so upset hearing that, he said, stop saying that. I overcame my back surgeries. You can come back too. So Jontay committed himself to rehab and got another shot with the Raptors. But in the meantime, Jontay picked up other interests. He began investing in cryptocurrencies in college. But in September 2020, that hit another level. He had tons of free time with his rehab, and in the pandemic, he saw everyone getting rich on Bitcoin and NFTs, so Jontay started giving stock and crypto tips on his Twitter account. He started a company called The Financial Cloud with a Discord server. Not some responsible investing platform, it was a get-rich-quick scheme like Dogecoin and meme stocks. Jontay was rehabbing and must have thought that his NBA dream was over. And then he saw all that and thought, oh, that could be my financial future. But then the unthinkable happened. Michael got Jontay a spot on the Nuggets Summer League, which led to a 2-way $1 million contract with Toronto. He spent time in the G League, but the Raptors started to tank. They traded Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby, so Jontay was getting minutes. He scored double figures in his 2nd game at Sacramento. 14 points and 5 assists at Denver against his brother. But it was too late. He was already in deep with the get-rich-quick crowd, and made a decision that killed his NBA dream. If you look at Jontay's Discord, they started giving out sports betting tips. Kinda weird for an NBA player. Oh, they are actually allowed to bet according to NBA rules, just not on basketball. But on January 20th, the biggest moneymaker on DraftKings was Jontay Porter props. Suspicious, but maybe a fluke. Then, March 20th, a bettor placed a Jontay Porter parlay for $80K and won $1.1 million. DraftKings immediately notified the NBA, who shut Jontay down to investigate. What they found was Jontay took himself out of both games with an illness and an eye injury. They discovered Jontay placed 13 bets on NBA games using a friend's account. None of them involved games that he played in, but he did bet on the Raptors to lose. In total, Jontay wagered between $15 and thousands for a grand total of $22,000. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver announced he was banned. There's nothing more important than protecting the integrity of NBA competition. Porter's blatant violations of our gaming rules are being met with the most severe punishment. He threw away a $450K salary and his NBA dream for $22,000. In fact, his lifetime NBA earnings was about $5.2 million in just 4 years, and he was getting opportunity. Jonte's final NBA game, he dished 8 assists in under 21 minutes. Very few big men can do that. What's crazy is a week later, Michael's other brother, Coben, went to prison for killing a woman drunk driving.
Tried to compartmentalize. Some bad, sad stuff happened to a couple of my brothers, but I got, 15, 16 more brothers in here, so I knew I had to be here for them and come in here and do my job and try to prepare to do it at a high level.
The actual nightmare scenario is what happened in the other NBA gambling ban. Michael Jordan was investigated by the league in 1993. A court case found that MJ wrote a $57,000 check to a sketchy drug dealer named James Slim Bowler. He said it was a loan to build a golf course, but then admitted it was for gambling. Then a second man claimed that Jordan owed him $1 million for gambling on golf, and they settled at $300K. The NBA concluded Jordan did not bet on NBA games, so no suspension. But 40 years earlier, a star did get banned for life. Jack Molinas was the number 3 pick by the Pistons and an all-star as a rookie, but he was also good friends with the mafia. Cops busted a mob gambling ring for college betting and saw Molinas on their books. He was betting on the Pistons, so they kicked him out of the league. But instead of turning his life around, he got deeper into crime. Molinas recruited dozens of college players to fix games and got busted in 1961. He went to prison for 5 years, and then it gets really dark. Molinas moved to Hollywood when he got out and lived it up. Dude dated porn stars, played pickup with Wilt Chamberlain, and transported porn and furs from Taiwan. Then, his business partner was beaten to death in 1974. Molinas suspiciously had a $500,000 life insurance policy on him. So at 2 a.m., an assassin fired 5 bullets at Molinas in his backyard, one of them hitting him in the head. The murder was never solved, but a mob hit was suspected. When someone gets that deep into crime, it can be hard to find their way out. Jonte obviously comes from a good family, so hopefully his story has a happy ending. But what I hate hearing is that Jonte is somehow not to blame here. Check out this headline that says he's the victim of legalized sports betting. Like somehow Jonte can't control his own actions. He was practically forced to do these things. Look, obviously this channel is sponsored by Underdog. The NBA's got big deals with gambling companies. But it's like the marijuana rules. I always thought that adult players should be able to take it because THC is not a performance enhancer. But if a guy smoked, he should be punished. It doesn't matter that the rule is stupid, it's the rule. Well, it used to be. And if you want to know the full story behind how Jonte got caught, check this video out. There was an obvious move that he did during a game that looked really bad.